I grew up going to church, and the church was a big part of my childhood. It was a community that was larger than my individual family. And it was filled with people who I got to interact with and get to know. And some of these people were interesting, and some of these people had big impacts on my life and is part of the greater community. And as a parent, that's one of the things that I wanted most for my kids, was to have that church community that my kids could interact with and be a part of. And we're very happy to have found the one that we have. But when I think about the importance of that, the thing that makes me want this so much for them, I think about people like Mickey. Mickey was a dude at my church. He was an usher. But the usher's job is to welcome people when they walk into the building, hand them the program, and help them find a seat if they need be. And Mickey always would say, "Permission to come aboard granted." And he was this kind of short, stubby guy, and he had that right amount of smile and swagger and big, oversized, funky glasses that you just felt like you'd come home to see your grandpa at Christmas every time you walked into church. And he really was the warmest, nicest person you possibly could have in that type of situation. I'm forever grateful that Mickey was the usher at my church. The thing that sets Mickey apart, the thing that makes me want to talk about him today, is Mickey has this insane ability to get into the news. And I know what you guys are all thinking. Why does Mickey get into the news? Well, let's start with the bare bones. Everyone has the ability to be incredible. Everyone has the ability to be the most interesting, fascinating, wonderful person in the world. Everyone can go viral. The people who do recognize their unique value proposition, and they exploit it. On December 7th, 1941, Mickey was in Pearl Harbor. Mickey was on the USS Pennsylvania. And Mickey was preparing to play in the annual football game between the USS Pennsylvania and the USS Arizona for the championship of the Pearl Harbor fleet. He was already dressed in his outfit, his shoulder pads when the bombing began, and he had to run through the ship and all the carnage in his full football outfit. And Mickey, that's what he did. I don't celebrate Mickey because of that. I celebrate Mickey because, again, he was this friendly old guy at my church who said, "Permission to come aboard granted," every time I came into church, and made me feel like $1,000,000. But because Mickey happened to be on the USS Pennsylvania in Pearl Harbor when the Japanese attacked, he gets in situations that allows him to be a little more famous than your average 101-year-old grandpa or great-grandpa at this point. So, for instance, I got an email from my mom, and I'm going to go, bring up the email and just kind of walk through what it is. So, the email from my mom just says, PBS Memorial Day concert. I heard from blank at church that Mickey Ganitch had a short feature on this program. I'll try to find it and watch. Because, of course, if anyone from my childhood ended up on PBS at the National Memorial Day concert, it would, of course, be Mickey Ganitch.
We recently reached out to veterans who were there at Pearl Harbor and asked them to be part of this concert.
And of course, Mickey was ready to answer that call.
We thank them for their service and for giving us a few moments of their precious time.
7 minutes to 8, the phone rang. I picked up the phone there, and the guy says the Japanese attacking Pearl Harbor.
When the ship blew up in 7, 8 minutes there.
In case you missed it, the first guy was Mickey. I don't know who this other guy is. We're going to call him not Mickey.
1,177 were killed immediately. They didn't know. didn't have time. They got to the battle stations and that was all.
By the time I get up there,
That's Mickey. Rocking the Aloha shirt. Rocking it. This, he wears this type of outfit daily. Now, let's think a little bit about Mickey in this instance. Here is Mickey on PBS, and what do we see in his video? He is the Instagram influencer of the Pearl Harbor survivors, right? What do we have here? I don't know. A football trophy. Pearl Harbor. Here's a picture. The dude is just, he really, like, he should have his own Twitch stream, and he would be phenomenal at it. And look at this recliner. Mickey.
planes were buzzing around, buildings were burning here. It's chaos.
I'm not a hero. I just did my job the best I could. And Pearl Harbor is always a date to remember. The 2,403 killed here that Sunday, of which 1,177 were my shipmates aboard the Arizona. You never forget them. Never.
That's Mickey.
I'm proud of my service. I'm proud of my country. I'd do it again because a lot of people died for this country. They died for liberty there, and they died for you. Memorial Day, it's an important day to honor all the ones that are passed.
Love Mickey. So, if you think this is all the Mickey that I'm going to show you guys are terribly mistaken. Because if you just Google Mickey Ganitch, his name, you're going to get a lot of stuff. This is the Mercury News, which is the major newspaper in San Jose, California, aka the head of Silicon Valley. Apple, Google should be in the news, but no. Mickey Ganitch celebrates his 101st birthday. Crushing it. That's his wife, Barbara, and their daughter, Bonnie. And again, I grew up with all three of them at church. She was one of my Sunday school teachers. Just wonderful people all through and through. Here's Mickey sitting in a chair on his lawn. People driving by. It's like he's like a 6-year-old with COVID, and they're driving by honking their horns. Mickey just crushing it in every which way. God, this guy is so much fun. Now, he doesn't just get in local papers. No. Every time I see anything about Pearl Harbor or Pearl Harbor survivors, I instantly run to, in my mind, that they're going to talk about Mickey, because 90% of the time they are. So when I saw The Greatest Generation returns to Pearl Harbor in the Chive in 2014, I was like, damn you, Mickey, for getting into the Chive before I did. So I roll into it, and okay, look who, first photo. Mickey Ganitch. Right here, before they even get to any text. Mickey kissing some young Air Force woman's hand. Then we got some articles. Here's some people talking about some stuff. We got some non-Mickey people. Some more non-Mickey people. I'm thinking, cool, we're only gonna get one Mickey sighting here. This is not bad. I mean not bad in the regards, but just Mickey has his way. Some other non-Mickeys, a non-Mickey, a non-Mickey. This is okay. This is right. And then, all right, okay. Oh, wait. I was approached by Mickey Ganitch, who was on the USS Pennsylvania that morning. Come take a walk with me to the harbor, son. I want to tell you about the morning of December 7th, 1941. I was on board the Pennsylvania getting ready to play the USS Arizona in football. It was the championship game. I was in full pen. So here's Mickey now taking over this entire article on the Chive. Pointing. Talking about more stuff. Getting down and doing a football crash, because this is just what Mickey does. And then we get some more non-Mickey people at this point. But again, this is what he does. This is why I love this guy, because he just shows up anywhere. And if you think he's only showing up in the Chive, well, you're sadly mistaken, because let's go to Twitter and the University of Oregon basketball team. 96-year-old Pearl Harbor survivor. I don't want to sign in. Pearl Harbor survivor Mickey Ganitch gave the pregame speech to the Ducks was on USS Arizona, Pennsylvania. Why? Why was he at a Oregon Ducks game? Were they playing the Cal Bears at the time? Were they playing Stanford? What? What was Mickey doing here? But that's what he does. I have a Google alert on his name because he pops up in stuff like this all the time. And if you think the Oregon Ducks basketball team is the only team that Mickey Ganitch has somehow gotten his way into, you're wrong. Because when I saw the headline, 98-year-old Pearl Harbor survivor enthralls the crowd at Raiders game, I knew it had to be Mickey. Oh, look. Mickey. Mickey Ganitch is ready to suit up. Age be damned. Raider fans were thrilled by him, who entertained the crowd before the Broncos game. Ganitch, a well-known local figure and diehard Raiders fan, was honored in the pregame during the Raiders salute to service. After his obligatory polite salute to the crowd, he got into his best three-point stance.
He would serve in the United States Navy for 23 years. He's a Pearl Harbor survivor, fought in World War II and the Korean War. Raider Nation, please welcome 98-year-old veteran, Mickey Ganitch.
Ganitch. Ganitch. Learn how to say Ganitch, you PA announcer, you. But again, he eats this stuff up. He gets everywhere. Of course he kisses her hand. Of course he kissed her hand. Mickey is the best. Mickey is what we should all aspire to if we want to be Instagram influencers and social media darlings. This is what you should be doing. Take your crib notes. Mickey knows what to do.
As a season ticket member for 17 years with the Silver and Black, Mickey has seen Raider greats such as George Blanda and his favorite Kenny. He's still ready to take the field.
He's had 2 replacement knees. He walked with a cane, and he got down on the three-point stance at a Raider game. Two walkers, 2 canes. He's literally the best. Now, again, if you see the words Pearl Harbor veteran, anything in the news, assume it's Mickey. Just make that assumption. That's the only thing you need to do, because when I saw the headline, World War II veteran breaks into song while President Trump honors Pearl Harbor's anniversary on every news channel.
Legacy of that legendary American generation is carved deep into the stone monuments of history across the battlefields.
Who do you think that is right next to him in this colorful ass Hawaiian shirt? I'll give you a hint.
Oceans and harrowing skies of Europe and the Pacific throughout the war, one great battle cry could be heard by American friends and foes alike. Remember Pearl Harbor. Have you heard that before a couple of times? Remember Pearl Harbor.
Remember Pearl Harbor.
Not only did Mickey Ganitch survive Pearl Harbor, he survived showing up Donald Trump as the President of the United States. And he did not troll him, and he did not do anything. He just let Mickey, because he knew better.
Meet the foe. Just remember Pearl Harbor as we did the Alamo. We shall always remember how they died for liberty.
He's meeting the President of the United States. We have 3 veterans in suit and ties, and Mickey is straight up just wearing a Hawaiian shirt, a aloha shirt, and a bolo tie.
Just remember Pearl Harbor.
4 veterans and Mickey, or 5 veterans, 4 of whom are in suit and tie.
And go on to victory.
Yeah. What can I say? Well, that was good. He's a very shy person, too. and a great football player.
That's right. Mickey does it all. Now, if you think Mickey only does this type of stuff, you're really missing out. Because if you go, the local newspaper is the SF Gate. There's the San Francisco Chronicle. So if we do a site search on SF Gate for Mickey Ganitch. So we already saw the Raider game. Navy vet remembers Pearl Harbor. Here's a whole article on Mickey and a fabulous hat. Whole article about what he did. Thief steals Pearl Harbor survivors memorabilia. I knew it was Mickey before I even saw the article. It had to be. There was no question in my mind this was about Mickey. Mickey looking forlorn, looking out the window. Mickey pointing out some of his wonderful little displays. So again, when I talk about your ability to have your unique value proposition, Mickey understands that better than anything. Here's a photo of him when he was in the service using his sextant. Here is he when he was on the Pensy. Mickey just crushing it all the time. What else do we have? Oh, guess what? They never found the sextant, but someone else gave him a new one. So here's an article about them giving it to him because no one knows how to do publicity like it's Mickey. Yes, it is Mickey all the time. Pearl Harbor speaker speaks at Veterans Day event because guess who we know who it was? Mickey Ganitch. And even things that don't have anything to do with Pearl Harbor. He shows up at Mount Diablo, which is a giant mountain. Beacon restored for a Pearl Harbor tribute. Guess who's going to be there? Mickey Ganitch. So here's some stuff about the lights. Okay, this isn't Mickey, so maybe we're not going to get a Mickey sighting here, right? I was getting a little anxious here flipping through this going, where's Mickey? What's he going to be at? We're at photo number 8 and we still don't have a Mickey sighting yet. Here's some more ads. Here's some more not Mickey stuff. What's going on here? There's our Mickey sighting. Were you panicking? I was 16 photos before Mickey shows up. Mickey, I gotta love it. Do we even have a Mickey quote? Or do we just have that one photo? I think we just have that one photo. Here's another article about him. Let's see what's on page 2. Tribute wall. About Mickey. Mickey's gonna get up in this somewhere. Let's just do a quick Control F. Mickey. Oh, the festivities will consist, among other things, a barbecue and a talk by one of the few living Pearl Harbor survivors, Mickey. We got a film festival. How is Mickey gonna show up in the film festival? Another film to watch for is Mario Perna's documentary about World War II that focuses on a Pearl Harbor survivor named Mickey Ganitch, and the importance of remembering World War II, especially among the younger generation. So again, Mickey has this insane ability just to get into every inch of news. So if you were ever see anything on the internet about Pearl Harbor survivor, it's going to include Mickey. I have just spent the last 23 minutes showing you clips of things that he's done. If you go to YouTube, there is a ton of wonderful Mickey Ganitch stuff for your viewing enjoyment, right? Just go into YouTube. I'm not going to show it all because it could take like hours, but Mickey Ganitch shows up before Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Here he is at a Raiders game. Here he is with President Trump. Here he is talking to someone on Zoom. Here he is recounting the bombing in a phenomenal shirt. Mickey, 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 Mickey. He's everywhere. He's the best. I absolutely love him. And here's the most important thing I want to stress to every single person. I want to stress this so much to you guys. Mickey is not incredible because he's a Pearl Harbor survivor. Mickey's incredible because he's a wonderful human being who has done incredible things for everyone around him. But he's also incredible because he knows what his value proposition is. What is the thing that he does that no one else does as well as he does? Right? and he exploits it. He knows he's a Pearl Harbor survivor and you're not. He knows he's a charismatic guy and you're not. And he gets out there and he does these things. Each and every one of us has the ability to change the world in the ways that Mickey Ganitch has. There are other wonderful people who I grew up going to church with who don't have all the accolades, but have done just as incredible, wonderful things that have touched my life in just as many ways. And every time I think of Mickey, I just don't think of him. I think of the other people who have done those things to me that I have through that association of knowing him. And that's the thing you all can do too. When you think about how you can touch people's lives, you can do it in many ways, and it just starts with you being a good human being who's nice and polite and brings a smile to people's faces. And so if there's anything I want you to take away from this opening monologue about Mickey Ganitch, is that you are wonderful, incredible people. You all have the potential to be whatever you want to be. You have to recognize what makes you great. You have to recognize that thing that makes you awesome. And then you just have to exploit it.